On the fourth day of Frezmas, my fanbase gave to me 428s, 3 hoverboards, 2 Mavericks, and a monstrous hugs and kisses soiree. Hello, sweethearts and lovelies. Welcome to a day stream for Frezmas. Unusual, but extenuating circumstances. It's a very stormy day, and it's going to get worse as the evening progresses, so we're going to try and bang this out and pray that it works. So let's get to it. As requested by Starfire Shining, we have 428 Shibuya Scramble, a game by Spike Chunsoft, known for wonderful experiences like Danganronpa or the Somnium Files. So I expect nothing less but being incredibly confused right about now, and everything being played completely seriously. So, without further delay, let's start a new game. Let's see what we've got. We'll select bookmark 1. Visual novels about innocent people trapped in horrifying death games. Oh yeah, they do that. They do Zero Escape too. How could I forget Zero Escape? Yelling about time travel. You want the guide, the gameplay piece displayed? Yes. Just so I know what I'm doing. So we're saving. Okay. End OO. Bad OO. The story is a work of fiction. Them carrying the places in the privacy imagination. Use essentially resembles entirely coincidental. Please don't sue. That's right. This one's a relatively straightforward game about a kidnapped girl. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, there's the people. By Chunsoft. With their rather nice rendered logo. It's raining quite heavily now. Woo! What the? Okay. This must be Shibuya, which is a district in Tokyo, as far as I can tell. Here are some actors and actresses who'll be playing the parts. Oh, this ain't rendered. It's like live action. Jack Woodyard. It's all live action and real photographs of actors running around Shibuya. Oh my gosh. Look at all these people. Let's Here are your writers. I think I might recognize a name that worked on Danganronpa or something, but I don't know. Nakisato Hideki Sakamoto. It's a total ripoff of Persona 5. Theme song, the world doesn't change so easy. Nice. Okay, yeah, we got live action directors and cinematography. Okay. Everyone in the universe is a giant Aya Kamiki fan, apparently. Alright. What is that? I'm sorry, what is that? Is that like a Zeppelin? That is a Zeppelin. Okay. That's the Zeppelin. Oh. Okay. Hello, Scarecrow. Okay, we're just sitting in this van. Sorry for that. Hopefully the subtitles are on. I've been deceived, Alpha. Uh-oh. Oh. Knock, knock. Knock. Ew. No. Let me in. Let me in. Sounds like that's Aya Kamiki. Okay. So that's a mystery. Jiro Ishii, executive producer. Mm-hmm. Shibuya's story is yours to tell. Okay. How do I tell it? Select a character. As you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. Before to 8 follow stories, multiple protagonists. Your decisions impact the experiences. As the day hold the story, the fate is in your hands. Hopefully you can see them all through to the end. 2 characters, Shinya Kano and Achi Endo. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. Okay. Alright. Let's see what this guy has to say. Achi's a good boy. Just 2 more minutes to go. Okay. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line here. Ooh! Sounds like he's got a lot of pressure. Whatever he's up to. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really going to show up? Perp, huh? So is this guy some kind of cop? I don't know. We'll find out. When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? I wonder who that is on the television screen. The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. It's the name of the game! A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives hidden in its midst. Ooh. I like the fade into dramatic effect there. All right, so we got all kinds of people on point here in the middle of the crowd. All right, another minute and a half. There he is. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the Enforcement Arm of Shibuya's Criminal Affairs section for a year now. They'd never been part of an operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. Hey, isn't that the lady who was banging on the van door just now? She was small enough to get lost in the crowd. She carried a nondescript attaché case. Ooh. Oh. She's moving. Hitomi Osawa, age 19. The attaché case in her hand contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Whew, that's a lot. Yesterday, her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachicho in Shibuya. Aw, Hachiko! Good puppy! It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you? Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. You're too nervous. Just relax already. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. Some words and phrases appear in blue because they're important. These are called tips. Press X to underline a tip, then press A. This will let you read some extra info relating to that word or phrase. There are tips containing general knowledge. Ones that are 4 to 8. Specific. These are marked with the magnifying glass and the 4 to 8 respective. Okay. Oh, I can go back. Tip. Territory Shibuya Precinct. Official name Shibuya Central Precinct. Responsible for the safety of approximately 200,000 people in 13 neighborhoods, including Uehara. I'm not going to read half of these Japanese names because I'm going to butcher them, but suffice it to say, a lot of districts and neighborhoods in Japan. He always went a little overboard with the disguises. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was he just liked playing dress-up. Hey pal, spare some change? Kano just looks like he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano. Hey! Knock that off! Fittingly for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly. Well, ain't so suspicious now, huh? He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempts to pull away. Come on, Sasayama, cut it out! Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was good reason for that confidence. Oh, there's Hachiko again! This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. Jurisdiction! A particular region over which an organization or a member thereof has control or authority refers here to the areas under the jurisdiction of various police precincts. The Metropolitan Police Department, at the pinnacle of Tokyo's police hierarchy, has vastly more authority than the local precincts, but since many officers wound up needing to work with both, the outright rivalry between the two isn't as notable as TV dramas may make it seem. Hi, Rainiac! We're like undercover and trying to find like a hostage situation thing in this VN by Spike Chunsoft. The statue of Hachiko is surrounded by elite investigators from one of HQ's special investigation teams. Ooh. Sometimes 2 or more tips will appear. Press X. Repeatedly the changes were done online and highlight the tip. Okay. Alright. Well, we gotta hear about Hachiko. The statue of Hachiko. Bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyally waiting for his absent master. Well known as a meet-up spot outside the Shibuya station. Other popular meet-up spots of the station are the display car for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moai statue by the west entrance. Hachiko, best puppy. And HQ, here refers to the Metropolitan Police Department, the Tokyo Police Section, responsible for managing 101 precincts within the city. Japan's largest police organization, in addition to policing Tokyo, has various other duties and authorities for maintaining public order in the capital. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup as the kidnapper attempted to flee. Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine. Sasayama gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear. Boop. Alright, everyone. It's time. Keep your eyes open. Oh. Okay, we got the surveillance team coming here. The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze, HQ's operations director. The individual responsible for directing the investigation and event of the serious crime. If a task force is set, the operations director is one of the students' command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy from the MPD as operations director, but in reality, the position usually goes to a proven veteran. Yeah, so, proven veteran, this old Japanese fellow, Koji Kuze. Until last year, he'd been in Shibuya Precinct's head detective and Kano's superior. Hachiko is basically the Japanese equivalent of Scotland's Greyfriars Bobby. Bobby also waited for his master to come back. And also that one Futurama episode everyone cries at. Probably. We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down. Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. Oh, so I'd better go more like this, 'cause I'm Kuze. You don't sound too worried, Kuze. Kano winced at Sasayama's word. How could the man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. Whap! Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. The sound was louder than he'd intended, though the suit hit his muscular physique. It did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called to action at any moment. Oh, there's Hitomi, waiting with the ransom money. The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they have few leads and who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whomever came to make the handoff on site. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being. Still nothing. She's totally set this up herself to take the money, or is working with the victim. Well, Starfire's posting popcorn. I don't have any theories yet. Still nothing, Sasayama muttered. Oh, there he is! He's here! There he is. Huh. Oh shit. Something's gonna happen. Kuze broke in, his voice spiking into an excited chirp. Do I really need a tip for excited chirp? Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Whenever he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a challenge register, prone to babbling and pitching his voice. That feels like a clue for, like, later down the line. Like, we'll hear someone do an excited chirp and we're supposed to be like, oh, holy shit, it was Kuze all along or some shit. Subject is a young male in his 20s, wearing a bandana and an orange hoodie. Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like a decided child. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves. So the game's set on April 28th, and also in Japanese you can read 428 as Shibuya. Cute puns. They can see the subject now. A 20-something man nonchalantly approached Hitomi to talk to her. Alright, people. I like all these people just sitting on the benches who don't give a fuck during this, like, hostage situation thing. Well, not hostage situation, like, money, paying off a kidnapper shit. Crimes are happening. Alright, people. Be ready to grab this guy. Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. The detective watched, uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? That's gotta be him! Kano took a step forward and hesitated. Or, the situation still wasn't entirely clear. Okay, I get to choose. Change the lives of other people and change... Current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists. I'm pretty sure that this doesn't look like what's going on. He looks like he's pulling from a book. He looks like he's asking for directions or some shit. So I'm gonna pick B. The situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. He doesn't look like a kidnapper, but that might be a double bluff. The newcomer handled a bundle of letter-sized paper, which he showed to Hitomi as he went on talking. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Undeterred, the man kept trying to force it off on her. Oh, he's just trying to hawk shit. Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as the statue of Hachiko behind her, until finally the man gave up and walked away. Yeah, I don't think that was the guy. Guess it wasn't him. Kano felt the tension of the moment linger on his spine. Guy must have been hitting on her, Sasayama muttered. Some of these tips are wild. I know what flirting is. Succeeding at meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, the person trying to get your attention out of nowhere is just trying to make a sales pitch for a product or a nearby establishment. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference. Yeah, he was just trying to sell shit. Obviously, he had, like, flyers, and he was trying to give her one, but she didn't give a fuck because this is a goddamn serious situation. I mean, she is pretty cute and all. He had a point. Though, of course. Something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself. She's got nothing on my Mi-chan. Mi-chan, what? What is this music? I'm sorry? Mi-chan was Sasayama's wife. They got married just last month. Kano just looks so done. Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself. This is Sasayama's favorite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it. Sasayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? The phrase has become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them. Fine, fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend, then. Huh? Now? You can't be serious. Sasayama leaned in close again. What's she like? We are not having this conversation, Kano muttered, looking away. Oh, come on! Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker. Show me your phone! Let me see your lock screen! Huh? Sasayama popped for the phone. You've got a pic of your girl on your lock screen, yeah? I do not. But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were. Hey, cut it out! We're in the middle of an investigation! I am investigating, Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. Man, you can tell this was made a while ago. Look at that flip phone shit. His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen. Yeah, you're gonna look at a 160 by 144 postage stamp of Kano's girl. The heck is this? It's not... Ain't this Masami Nagahama? Who is that? A national star, tends to play the heroine in national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's slated the host of the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national. Okay, so he's got a celebrity crush. Kano realized he had to bite the bullet. No, that's my girlfriend! Her name's Rumi, and she's... Sasayama cut him off. You're telling me this ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama. Like I said, you sly old dog trying to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama. I'm not. I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her. Sasayama let out a huff. For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that? There's nothing to fall for, I swear. Sasayama scowled, unconvinced. Alright then, why don't you marry her? Kano stammered, but he had no answer. The truth was he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Yeah, like saying hello to this celebrity. Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job. Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. He wanted to focus on the job this entire time before you pulled out his phone and was like, hey, where's your girl at? Kano let a quick uneasy sigh, but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama was trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. So the ransom person is late. The pickup. He appeared to the Tomi, and the strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 5,000, 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Try saying that 5 times fast. 5,000, 10,000 yen bills. Jesus. Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. The kidnapping case had begun the day before at around 7 p.m. This is MPD Dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is reporting a missing person, believed to be an abduction. In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring or deceiving someone into control of a third party is known as kidnapping. Using forcible threats of violence to achieve the same result is known as abduction. Handy. Subject is Maria Osawa, a 19-year-old student at Midoriyama Academy. Last seen at the LL Diner near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once. Kano and Sasayama had been working a burglary case in Jingumai's 5th district when they got the call. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to secure the area, blocking off entry to nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. So this is what Sasayama looks like when he's not dressed as a homeless person. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met by the girl who reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi. Okay. Oh, wait, they're twins. I don't think we mentioned that. I don't think they mentioned that before. That could come up. You know, it's a mystery game. Twins. You just pocket that in the back of your mind. Could you tell us about where Maria was taken, starting from the very beginning? Kano said, keeping his voice low. My sister and I, we were supposed to go to a party together today. Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse. But I messed up the time. I showed up right at 7, an hour later than I was supposed to. So Maria had gone alone to the party, a mixer for locals and exchange students. Hitomi, arriving late, had showed up just in time to glance out through the restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into a car. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make. Why would something like this happen to her? Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over. Did you get a look at the kidnapper? Yes, it was a man, middle-aged. Who's this guy? There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer. He identified himself as a lecturer headed Hitomi and Maria's school. I saw too. It's like Hitomi says. I heard Hitomi cry out, and so I went to the window to look, and his Japanese was halting as if he hadn't been in the country very long. And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone. Leland explained that he'd seen the man shove Marie into the back seat and clamber into the driver's seat. If he had an accomplice, wouldn't they have been driving? Neither Hitomi nor Leland had gotten a look at the suspect's face. Kano was interviewing others who had been on the scene looking for other potential witnesses when his phone rang. It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the senior detectives. We've set up a task force for the investigation. Get back to the station once you have a handle on the situation there. Ooh. Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. Roughly 150 people working on the case in the Shibuya Precinct's conference room. The main force at work is HQ's for a special investigation unit. Additionally, other detective sections, a riot squad, and investigators from neighboring precincts have been assembled. Okay, so we got our map, we got our little pins and all the clues and whatnot. When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuze had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team had been formed to investigate the victim's home. In a case where someone is abducted for ransom, it is often difficult to resolve the situation without cooperating with the victim's family. But the family can also be a hindrance to making an arrest. To help guide the family's actions, a response team is assembled and stationed at the victim's home, led by an investigator with the proper training. Kano could feel peculiar tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around the Shibuya offices. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. So is that Maria or Hitomi? Because she's in black, so I'm guessing it's Maria. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko in Shibuya. They're played by the same actress, but I assume that's Maria. Have the sister, Hitomi, bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. So he mentions Hitomi by name, so, I don't know. Since they're twins, it could be that this was all an attempt to get at Hitomi and not Maria, and they just fucked up and kidnapped the wrong sister? It's possible. I mean, the twin thing, it could just be practicality. You can cast the same actress for two people, but it's also a mystery game, so you gotta consider these things. So it could either be budgetary or an actual clue. Kajiwara from the precinct was filling a response team along with detectives from elsewhere who would receive special training in abduction cases. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in the victim's home. Kuze, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and sent Kajiwara along. Yeah, but then Maria would tell them her sister had been nabbed. That's true, too. Kajiwara always has a banana on him. I'm just going to get a drink of water just because I'm doing a lot of reading. So, 1 second. Hi, Joe. Okay, that's better. Hello. Hi, Joe. We're investigating a kidnapping and a ransom thing in a Spike Chunsoft visual novel. Makers of Dang and Dingles. So, I'll just take a sip of water and we'll begin reading again. The detectives disguise themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion. Arriving there at 8:30. The response team had come prepared to run a trace of the kidnapper contacted the family a second time. The active pinpointing the source of an incoming phone call. The police are not allowed to do this independently without oversight. They must go through a formalized process that includes securing the cooperation of the phone company. In the past, conducting the trace itself would take time, but nowadays acquiring a location can be practically instantaneous. Well, that makes all those movies about tracing phone calls a little less good now that they can do it instantly. Like, movies where they're like, get a trace, but the person knows, so they stay on the phone for 29 seconds so they can't get a good trace. But there were no further calls. Anyway. Kano checks his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time designated for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear. Crap, you think we want to spook them? He wondered aloud. Hey, stay calm. Sasayama scanned the passing throng. He's just playing with us. Why did this guy even pick this place? Kind of voiced the question he'd been asking himself ever since he'd heard the kidnapper's demands. Sasayama shrugged. Figure he must want to blend in with the crowd, nab the money, and disappear before anyone knows he's there would be my guess. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza? The big crowd didn't just benefit the kidnapper, after all. It also allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. There are a lot of people out here in Shibuya. Right now, there were 50 detectives stationed within a 50-meter radius of where Hitomi stood. The kidnapper would be taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than do a handoff in front of Hachiko. You're overthinking things, pal, Sasayama grumbled. No, I'm not. Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. This was Kano's... At the risk of making another fucking thing, I'm going to say this as fast as I can so I don't get no more out of context clips. This was Kano's dick diary, which he always kept close at hand. Sasayama rolled his eyes. That thing again? Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. Aha, here it is. I can't read any of this. Mo no... Gi... Okay. Dick dictum number 89. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. This is just like this is just a Sherlock Holmes clue, but it's called a fucking dick dictum. It was a favorite saying of Kyuzo Teteno, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Teteno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Ring, ring. I think someone will get that. We'll just wait for that to pass on. Or if I have to get it, I'll get it. We'll find out. Someone's got it. Okay. Of course, Hitomi hadn't been informed of how much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper. I think Tateno has the right idea. Tateno? Sasayama sort of quietly. Maybe. I mean, he's a great detective, don't get me wrong. But do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider? Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tateno, as both a detective and as an individual. He had first witnessed Tateno's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze. While the others hesitated, Tateno unflinchingly doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene. What the fuck? Oh, that's a young Officer Kano, I think, yeah. The others had been awestruck by Tateno's actions. And Kano, who had at the time been content to be a run-of-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring. How does that even work? I don't know. Confidence trick? Maybe? I don't know how Tateno did it. Still, you know. Sasayama murmured under his breath. As great a detective as Tateno is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever heard of him. I suppose not, Kano said. So? Only time anyone ever hears a cop's name is if he copped in some scandal or killed in the line of duty. I mean, doesn't really seem fair, does it? Oh, hi, Mike. Kano just shrugged. It was a strange definition of unfair, really. I mean, you got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff, so how come no celebrity gumshoes, you know? Look, please, can you just focus on what we're doing here? Kano rubbed his eyes and turned his attention back to Hitomi. What's the matter? Didn't sleep? Not enough, I guess. Did you eat? Didn't have time. Between bringing in supplies for the base of operations, renting the team's vehicles... Base of operations is usually set up in a large room at the precinct, like an auditorium. MPD and precinct investigators assemble there, and communications equipment, investigation resources, and such are brought in. Because of the scale and scope of these activities, newspaper reporters can be liable to notice, and so in cases such as kidnapping, where a victim's personal safety is at stake, the flow of information is tightly controlled. So, bringing supplies, renting the team's vehicles, photocopying hundreds of documents, and various other tasks. Kano had barely slept the previous night, and hadn't gotten a meal in either. What have you been doing? Sasayama puffed out his chest. Saving up my energy for today. So you were sleeping. Kano gave a raw chuckle at his partner's lack of shame. There he is! Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. A man in his 20s wearing a sleeveless red jacket. He's carrying a garbage bag. Ooh. A young man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He strode toward her, a sinister look on his face. Ooh. He didn't match Hitomi's description, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper had some young street punk to snatch the ransom payment. That our guy? What do you think, Kano? Sasayama whispered. Yeah, I think he's got to be. This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Could this be the culprit? Or perhaps... The young man tried to snatch the briefcase from Hitomi, but she clung to it with desperate strength. It was him! The detectives rushed in. I don't think this was the guy. I think he was just doing some other bullshit. But, like, we didn't get a choice, so we went for him. Whoa, hey, what the hell? The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away, but the officers closed in, forcing him bodily to the ground. I think we shot our wad early here. Target secured! Oh, jeez, I think we've got another suspect on the scene. Eek! He's taking the ransom. What? Oh, shit! It was a decoy! Kuse's hysterics made Kano spin around. Sure enough, a foreign-looking man was sprinting away, attaché case in hand. Fuck! Shit! It was a ruse! We tackled the wrong guy, and the other guy ran off with the money. The mob of detectives scrambled to pursue. Before Kano could react, most of them had run off, leaving him to look after the original suspect. So this guy was a decoy. The real guy got away with the money. Shit. What should I do with this guy, sir? He might have some connection to the kidnapper. Should I bring him in? Huh? Oh, sure, that'd be swell. I'm on it. With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought the suspect back to the Shibuya precinct. Oh. So we're dealing with this guy. I don't know if the other guy got away with the money. Okay, there he is. Rather handsome fella, I must say. Look how many times we have to go through this. Cut the crap! In the interrogation room, the young man, who gave his name as Achi Endo, steadfastly insisted on his innocence. Why'd you try to steal that case? Kano watched Achi's face intensely. Like I said, it looked heavy, so I was just trying to help her out. It wasn't inconceivable the young guy would want to help a pretty girl, but he told me he had just been standing there, hardly in desperate need of assistance. She hadn't set the case down, so I figured there had to be something important inside. An entry from Kano's Dick diary shot through his mind. Dick dictum number 25. When the tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth. Classic advice for a questioning. Something important, you say? Such as? How the heck would I know? Achi spat. He huffed and slumped back in his chair. This standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind. Chasing down criminals was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of off-the-scene work went into cracking the case. Once again, he had Achi explain what he'd been doing, starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room for a short break, he learned there had been some progress on the case of the crime scene. Oh. What the police hadn't been able to determine yet, however, was whether or not Maria was safe. Fighting back his anxiety, Kano consulted his Dick diary. Dick dictum number 54. Haste makes waste. He felt his tension subside. Remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell. Kano returned to confront Achi once more. You were there to act as a distraction, to mess up the investigation. Weren't you? Huh? Achi looked a bit dumbfounded. What are you on about? I mean, that's basically what my hunch was, too. Another one? Dick dictum number 55. The truth hungers to be free. How many times are you going to consult this stupid dick book? You hungry? Got some katsudon if you like. Katsudon. Japanese dish consisting of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and egg. There are several variations, such as sauce katsudon, where the egg is replaced with Worcestershire sauce, and miso katsudon, where the pork is stewed in miso. Not typically the sort of thing a policeman offers a suspect during an investigation. This could be seen as baiting with food and is to be avoided. Okay, but that sauce katsudon? That sounds really fucking good. White rice, breaded pork, and Worcestershire sauce? Cops answering suspect. Katsudon is kind of a cliche in Japanese media. Okay. So this is a good cop tactic, basically, for Japan is what I'm taking from that. But that being said, fuck me, I want some of that sauce katsudon. That shit sounds really good. Achi nodded silently. Oh, fuck, look at it! Holy shit! Damn, that's a fine-looking katsudon. Achi devoured the bowl of katsudon with gusto. He looked like he hadn't eaten in a while. Alright then, spill it. What's this guy after? Achi just shrugged. He murmured, a thick slice of egg-laden pork between his teeth. How many accomplices do you have? Kano asked. But Achi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. Resignedly, Kano flipped through his notebook once more. I guess it's time for another! Let's see. Number 115. Use the lights to your advantage. You guys... Hey, Achi, how many lights are there? As the minutes ticked past, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying a dozen different methods to tease out whatever the suspect might be holding. I like that right here... well, my mouse is showing up now, but... I like that it does say Raito there on the right-hand side of the left page. Raito. to lights. That's cute. That's the only part of that I can read. And the experience began to feel strangely surreal. Their two voices echoing hollowly in the interrogation room. Eventually, Kano looked at the clock and realized that questioning had been going on for nearly 5 hours. He still hadn't made any headway. At which Kano goes over to the light switch and turns it on and off while shouting, "Confess!" over and over. What was he supposed to do next? Tateno would know, and he sure didn't. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim and her family safe. Gritting his teeth in frustration, he perused the Dick Diary like it was scripture. Number 116. The monotonous question was clearly tiring Achi out. His eyelids drooped like they were beginning to get heavy. Number 117. Get 'em when they're tired. Kano's eyes gleamed. Oh shit. That was like a Phoenix Wright light bulb realization. You're part of some criminal gang, huh? Oh! Did he just nod off? Achi's head slumped forward heavily. Nodding off was basically the same as nodding yes, right? Mr. Kusei, I did it! Falling asleep is the same as confessing to the crime, kids. Jesus Christ, Kano. The young guy we grabbed at the hand outside, he finally confessed to the crime. He did not. What? What are you talking about? Kusei laughed in disbelief. We're just about to apprehend the mastermind here. Oh shit. They caught the... Huh? Kano clutched his cell phone, dumbstruck. Listen, why don't you, look, just wait there at HQ, okay? Oh no! It can't be! Well, I mean, all's well that ends well, right? If we caught the crook. After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kano tendered his resignation. Oh shit! You didn't fuck up that bad, did you? Guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all, he thought to himself. He dropped the Dick Diary on his desk as he left the Shibuya precinct for the last time. Maybe I would have got a different ending if I... Wait, that was a damn lie. It said that it wouldn't impact the outcome of the thing, but, like... That's a bad end. I made one choice and it was a bad end. What the fuck was that? Kano wound up with a bad end. However, this does not mean that the choice you made for Kano was the wrong one. Okay. One of the other protagonists, Achi Endo, has an impact on Kano's fate here. You can point a bad end by making proper decisions in another character's story. Okay, okay. So if I keep Achi from making bad choices, then Kano will be okay. So it's like time travel, yeah? We changed fate. For a detailed hint, check the tip by underlining the bad end title. Okay. Tip. Kano had every reason to suspect Achi Endo, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. If Achi hadn't approached Hitomi, this wouldn't have happened. Try playing Achi's story up to 10:30 and make a choice that keeps him from going up to her. If you do that, Kano won't even have a chance to arrest him and things should play out differently. So there's multiple protagonists and choices Achi makes can affect Kano's storyline and vice versa. Okay. So it is basically time traveling, different route bullshit. Choice you make here can affect, alright. So now I play as so I guess now I play as Achi, and then I don't go up to Hitomi, and that'll make a better ending, I guess. Hi there, Virtue's Last Reward, yeah. I never played Virtue's Last Reward. I've been meaning to. I really should do that sometime. You can now select... Okay, we can now select Achi Endo. Let's follow Achi's story for a little while. Less time travel and more trying to herd 5 separate protagonists towards the real ending. Alright, so... let's give Achi's... run a go here. Ooh. Hey, is this safe for Twitch? Okay, that's good. I think that okay, he's wearing pants. All right, thank God. That's fine. We're fine. I don't need you to ban me from Twitch, Achiendo. Oh, this is banging. What's your deal, Achi? What's your deal? Okay, there we go. Achi Endo called at the door to his father's room. Okay, I'm heading out. Sure. His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door. Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop? It's not like we're gonna get any customers. Achi grimaced. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, that's some quick economical storytelling. The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out. Guess it's gonna be that kind of day. He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket and slipped on his favorite pair of sneakers. I called the plot twist in Zero Time Dilemma as a joke halfway through Virtue's Last Reward. As a joke. Oh, Jesus. The entry over to Achi's home also led into the family shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought the risk of an avalanche. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building up through Dogenzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in the outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might well assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains booming throughout Shibuya. So far, the store remained in business thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. But things weren't looking good for the future. Achi, the eldest son, nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there. Oh, hang on. His fucking shirt and the garbage bag? This guy's going out to gather recycling, isn't he? Achi stepped out of the shop into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits. Alrighty, time to do this. He unfurled one of the big garbage bags which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning the surroundings all the while. Or is he? Dun-dun-dun. Sheesh, this place is filthy. Ah! He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed on the ground. Then with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag. Hey, damn, man, that's worth like 5 cents. It's either recycling or just general, like, picking up trash. Oh, it is picking up trash. He's been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days he'd fill his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house to Dogenzaka to the train station. Today, he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Oh. He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by 2 men, one with brown hair, one with black. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. Ooh. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash-cleaning walks around town. Another kind of trash to take care of. I'm just imagining this guy going full like JoJo protagonist on him. Just walking up. Achi quickly interposed himself between the girl and the 2 recruiters. Hey, can't you see you're bothering her? Huh? Who the hell are you? The 2 men glared. Take a hike, pal. Achi stood his ground. Look, she ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some other mark. The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage. Well, well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone. How about we take this someplace more quiet? Yeah? What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go someplace more quiet, might suggest a cafe or a park. But to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passersby are unlikely to interrupt. It means basically, hey, let's go somewhere not in the middle of the street so we can beat the shit out of each other. The girl sit by uneasily watching the goings-on. Hey, take it easy. I'm not looking for trouble. Is that supposed to be an apology? On your knees and beg, pal. The man spat his gum onto the ground. Ooh. Archie looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk. Haven't you ever fucking seen Captain Planet, you asshole? His last shred of goodwill vanished. Oh shit. He littered, and now he's gonna get his ass kicked. Q Ironside, you better pick that up. Right now. What? Didn't you hear me? Because I told you to get down on your knees and golden wind. Archie's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw. Whoa, easy, pal. The other man's bravado drained from his face. Archie tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow. The man struggled, but Archie just tightened his grip. Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know. Ever stop to consider that? Wait, are you... The other hustler's panic eyes had fixed on Archie's chest. Oh, crap! That shirt, man. The guy's voice was starting to break. That's mean clean! A guy with a mean clean shirt. Carrying around a trash bag. That means you're... His face went pale. Mean dream. The other man echoed the words through his held-shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes. Get it right, pal. Archie clenched the man's jaw harder still. It's mean clean. Ow! 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 We're sorry, man. You're Archie, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man, you gotta cut us some slack. Ben scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Finally, Archie let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two scouts scampered off. Oh shit, we're sorry. We didn't know you fucking cleaned up litter. Holy shit. Hey, so... A shy smile came to the girl's face. Girl. Oh, this is her, Ryoko Kakinuma, second-year student at Midoriyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to a part-time job at a cafe. It's popular plot in trashy e-novels for the main character to fall in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen. Archie is the John Wick of litter pickers. Thank you for saving me. No, I apologize. You're not wrong. Popcorn? Huh? The girl stared in surprise. You run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya's a good town. Yeah, okay. Archie gave her a quick wave and turned to continue on his way down Dogen's Lake. Okay, so this is how he got into trouble in the first place. Because he's chivalrous. So when he sees Hitomi, he's like, oh, a lady in trouble? I'd better assist. And then he gets tackled by police officers and interrogated for 5 hours. Archie was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the world had seen since he was a kid. Grocery stalls and inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Archie knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch. Archie is so fucking cool, y'all. Archie made his way down towards Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the Scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart. The streets like Bunkamura Dori and Center Gai, serving as the arteries pumping a bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya. And there was Archie, just another part of this great urban organism. Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell. Hold on. Is that right? Or did I have it right the first time? White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. Red blood cells carry actions throughout the body. You had it right the first time, Achi. Achi was probably thinking of white blood cells. Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya Station. Okay, kids, here we go. Archie's dumb as rocks, but his heart's in the right place. Ooh, she's totally my type. To be up someone's alley. To be someone's cup of tea. Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you, 428. Wonder if she's a model or small-time actress or something. Looks like she's waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Dang. Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to top of the trash bag, he continued gazing wistfully at the girl. Then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might use. It was a large case, and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. Now, what kind of person makes a young lady lug around something heavy like that? Archie figured he'd offer to carry it for her. But first, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage can nearby. He reached the decision point. Let's have Archie not approach Hitomi. So, yeah. So we know that the helping is a bad idea because we'll get arrested. So we're gonna dump our trash. First, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Now, Archie won't approach Hitomi, which means he will avoid being arrested by Kano. At the same time, Kano's fate will also change. And he will no longer wind up at a bad end, so let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart! Oh, shit! Okay, this is this is VLR as fuck. This shows the protagonist's progression. The story decision points are marked. Okay. Kano's fate has changed. Select Kano's 1030 block. Alright. This is zero escape as fuck. The fact that you can just we can go all the way here. There's a decision point back there where we had that was the guy handing out flyers. Then we got Achi. There's Kano. So we want Kano at 10:30. So Kano, we've averted your fate and beat the shit out of litter bugs. I suppose you could call it that. Kano gave a wry chuckle as his partner was like a shame. We've read this already. There he is! Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. It's not Achi this time. The man in the black coat! He's not Japanese. Looks to be in his early 30s. Is that David Tennant? It kind of looks like David Tennant with his hair down. That's what I thought at first. Previously, Achi got mixed up with Kano and the police, but now another man has appeared instead. By changing what Achi did, he also changed Kano's story. He's not Japanese, looks to be in his early 30s. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was, standing. He made his way towards her, his expression blank. He didn't match the description Hitomi had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maria got abducted by aliens. Maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment. Alright. Sasayama raised an eyebrow. This may be our guy. This is it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees ready for action. Blood rushed through his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Economical storytelling. Here we go. Ooh. Was this the culprit? Or perhaps... The stranger took hold of the attaché case. It was him! En masse, the detectives began to close in. Let's go, Kano. And let's hope you didn't get it right. You didn't get it wrong the second time. On it! Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. They never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, The man veered suddenly, running right towards them. Ooh, shit! Keep out? The fuck? What? What the fuck? Kano's story has suddenly hit a keep out. Keep out refers to a point in the story your progress is currently stopped. In order to advance beyond the keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist story. At 10:30, Achi has the text, young man in a suit, set as red keywords. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Achi's stories back to Kano's. Okay. Now head back to Achi's story and keep an eye out for the red keyword. Okay. Alright. So it's just basically explaining how this shit works. Try following the story from Achi at 10:30. Approach the girl. Okay. So we go back to Achi. It lots parts of the plot so you can't sequence break. Yeah, okay. So we go back to the decision point. We dump our trash. And then I guess we're gonna see the guy in the foreigner in the suit and the coat go after the case and go for the cops. Okay. We're gonna dump our trash. First, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Huh? A man had come up beside the girl. Oh, here we go. We're right here. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. Something tells me this is not her boyfriend. The girl handed the attaché case over to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Oop. Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. Yuji Sasayama, the detective with the Shibuya precinct, known as the cosplay detective due to the strange outfits he wears while at the steakhouse. He's partnered with the Shinya Kano for the kidnapping investigation. Raniak still thinks she's in on it. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Oh, there we go! Some words in the text appear in red. Red text denotes important keywords let you jump between different protagonist stories. Allows you to shift between characters at specific points and also allows you to clear out to keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across the red text, you underline that. Okay. Yep. Alright. So basically doing that and seeing it from his side lets me jump to... Some tips also have jump points inside them. Okay. When performing a jump, you can advance another protagonist story past the keep out. Press A to confirm and jump over to Kano's story. Okay. So we basically jump back to Kano's POV here. As the guy in the coat is running right at us. Let's go, Kano! On it! Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. We did it! Jump successful! In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character to keep out. Jump from red keywords. Yep. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. If you get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists and making different decisions. Okay, we can use the time chart in the main menu. Okay, that's good. Okay. They never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right toward them. What? Catching sight of the two detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt and bolted off in a new direction. What? Kano whipped out his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. Come on, guys! Get him! There was no escape for the culprit now, or so it appeared. The converging cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Big mistake. Why a banana? Because Sasayama was eating a banana as the homeless man. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. Shit, bold. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic of the crossing. Kano doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna get him. Kano, are you crazy? Come back! Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onwards. Hot damn! Holy shit, he really is a JRPG antagonist. His shouts and sirens echoing all around him, kind of close in on the foreigner. Just a little closer. Just a little closer to being in tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never. Oh. Kano, back off! Don't take him down! It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece. Huh? Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? I'm sorry, what? Let him go for now. The real perp is someplace else. What? Perp is police shouting for perpetrator. Here, Kuze is referring to the fact that the principal offender in this case must be elsewhere. Wait, okay, wait, hang on. So, how do you know that? What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want him to catch the perpetrator? Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's tail. Police team designated exclusively to task apprehending the criminal. While kidnapping cases in progress, the roles of the officers involved are carefully designated so that every officer is ready to take immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and true veteran MPD officers have been in charge of teams for breaking the ability to apprehend the suspect. Okay, I'm very confused right now. Why are we not tackling the man running away with 50 million yen? Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos. Team public names, to testing techniques, closely comparing fingerprints. Yep, okay, yeah, CSIs. Even as this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Kano recalled another maxim from his Dick Diary. Dick Dictum, number 12. Always assume a worst-case scenario. Oh, mood! If Kuze had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. If the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with a ransom, he succeeded. What was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all? I think the purpose escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP, or let the other officers chase after him. Well, we're gonna follow orders for now, but I guess if I get to replay this later, we can explore the alternate avenue where Kano's like fuck it and tackles the dude. But we're gonna follow the orders for now. Kuze's instructions have been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing the next way to the detectives in the direction the foreigner had fled. I can jump back to any decision anytime I want, so yeah. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face, but if Kuze had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. He had just ceased his pursuit when Kuze's panicked voice sounded shrill in his ear. Eep! Someone's taken Hitomi! Oh fuck! The plot thickened! Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawking immediately. Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori. What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search for the man who had taken Hitomi. If he was heading towards Meiji Dori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways nearby. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed the ransom money. Kuze's right, the kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner and stopped short. Oh shit! The man in black was standing there, pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired. Uh-oh! Fuck! Kano felt hollow over as if he were on fire. All except for his cheek, pressed against the asphalt in the palms of his hand. They felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away. Well, there's a bad end. Bad end. Number 4. Shot by a foreigner. By trying to find the man who'd taken Hitomi, Kano ran into a different criminal, and unfortunately for him, he got shot. If the criminal hadn't been able to get near Hitomi, she probably would have been taken. Have Hachi make the choice to talk to Hitomi instead at 10:35. Okay. So after Kano and Sasayama go after the guy who takes the briefcase, we need to get Hachi to talk to Hitomi, and then Hitomi won't get kidnapped, and then, I guess, Kano won't get shot. No. The right option isn't to disobey orders, I don't think. We gotta do like we did before. We go back to Hachi and have him hang around with Hitomi and ask if she's okay. So then she doesn't get kidnapped, so then Kano doesn't get shot. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking here. Anyway, controls. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's our character select. Yeah. I think we're good for now. It's been about, since we hit a bad end and all that. I think that'll do since we hit a major dramatic point. I really like this game. I'm intrigued by it. It's definitely got a unique style. And I really like the jumping between stuff and, like, changing your fate by doing different actions with different protagonists. I really like this. I will definitely play more of it on my own time or something. But I really like this a lot. So thank you, Starfire, for selecting it. And thank you all for showing up to the day stream, Frezmas. It's very nice. So, just to remind, tomorrow, Wednesday the 16th, there will be no Frezmas stream. I'm taking the day off because bad weather. And then Thursday, at this time, 11 EST, I guess, we'll play another Frezmas game, followed by a second stream on Thursday at 5 EST, where I play a second game, and then we get back on track. So, thank you for showing up. Thank you for selecting this lovely game and letting me read it with you on stream. And, yeah, I'll see you for the next Frezmas in 48 hours. So, until then, everyone, have a good one. We are a third of the way through Frezmas. It's lovely. Now all I have to do is get through and weather the weathering storm. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Have a good afternoon. So, yeah, we're just going to pop this up. I'm going to hit the stop button. So, have a good one, everybody. Good day. Hooray. Bye now.